Hello, everyone. Welcome to Real Life Struggles. Before we get on to today's topic, let me just tell you a little quick thing about myself. My name's Nick, and I'm going to start this channel just to help people that might be struggling with something. I'm an American living in a foreign country. I've been here about 10 years, and in that 10 years, I've gone through quite a lot. Hopefully, as I talk about my struggles, we can journey together and find some healing and some hope. On today's topic. Today, I want to talk about depression. I know there's probably a lot of you out there that are suffering from depression and you don't know what to do. First, let me talk a little bit about what I've struggled with, and then I'll offer some advice on what you can do. I spent about 5 years of my life depressed. I understand what you're going through. Sometimes it was so bad, I didn't want to do anything. If you're out there depressed and you don't want to do anything either, don't feel bad. It's just part of being depressed. Honestly, it was so bad with me, I'd often find myself just staring at the ceiling, not knowing what I wanted to do, not feeling happy, having no joy. And hopefully none of you are at this point, but I know what it's like to not even want to continue with your life. Whether that's not wanting to continue the way things are going or just not wanting to be alive. I was never suicidal, but I can tell you, I understand. So what can we do? What can you do if you find yourself depressed, you don't know what you want to do, and you want to get better? Is there anything that can help? Well, I'm here to tell you, there is. There is hope. You can get better, and you're not alone. First thing I want to say is, find something that brings you joy. What brings you joy? Is it being around people? Is it being in nature? Is it just being alone? It might even be just watching TV. That's fine. As long as you don't think that watching TV is a symptom and it's helping, then watch TV. For me personally, what brought me joy was just being around people that I like to be around. I have good family. I have good coworkers. I teach at a school now, and I work with kindergartners. And kindergartners are darn cute. And so every day I would go into work, and they're so loving and kind, and they always want to say hi. They tell you that they appreciate you, that you're the best teacher they've ever had. And that really started to bring me joy. One thing to remember though, joy is not the same thing as happiness. You can have joy in your life and still not be happy. And as I was coming out of being depressed, I started to realize that I could go to work, I could find joy, but I still didn't feel happy. Don't worry, because as you bring yourself joy, you will start to feel happy. And eventually, you'll find some hope. Another thing that I can say is you need to remove yourself from bad situations. What is it that caused you to be depressed? What is it that caused negative emotions? I can say for me, without getting into too much personal detail, I found myself in a part of my life where I started to question decisions that I made. Call it a midlife crisis. I wasn't quite midlife. I was about 36. But I started to question things. I started to question decisions. And I started to think, did I make that right decision 5 years ago? Did I make that right decision 2 years ago? I started to convince myself that I wasn't making the correct decisions. And then that just led to more negative thoughts, which made me question more decisions. And eventually, I convinced myself I can't make any right decisions, which kind of spiraled and spiraled until I found myself depressed, like I told you before. Unfortunately, removing yourself from a bad situation might lead to a very hard decision. You have to decide if you're going to put a relationship on pause. I want to share a couple Bible verses. If you're not a believer, Don't turn away. I'm not preaching. I'm not claiming to be an expert. I'm just sharing a couple things that I think are good to hear. Okay, our first one is Psalm 34, 17 and 18. And it says, "The Lord hears his people when they call to him for help. He rescues them from all their troubles. The Lord is close to the brokenhearted. He rescues those whose spirits are crushed." The Lord is with you. It's really hard to believe that. I can honestly say when I was really, really deep, I didn't believe anything anyone would tell me. I just had no hope, and I didn't feel like anyone was behind me. But it is, and you can come through it. Next verse, Deuteronomy 31:8. "The Lord himself goes before you and will be with you. He will never leave you nor forsake you. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged." I know that's hard to hear because depression and being discouraged kind of go together. But you don't have to be because God's there with you. Next one, Philippians 4:8. "Finally, brothers and sisters," so brothers and sisters, that's everybody, "whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, if anything is excellent or praiseworthy, think about such things." So what is that verse telling us? It's saying, think about things that are positive. Right? I know it's hard, like I said before. My depression was 90% negative thoughts. And once those negative thoughts take hold, it's really, really hard to get rid of that. But think positive. Tell yourself, write it on the mirror. Don't be negative. I know I heard that so many times when I was trying to get over being depressed. It does get to a part where you just don't care. You don't even care. Who cares? I'm going to be depressed for the rest of my life, but you won't. It might take a month, might take a year, it might take 5 years, but you can get through it. Okay? Together we can do it. Thanks for watching.